Hello my peaches, what's up? I am Pratha and welcome to today's video. Since I did a Bath & Body Works entire collection video, I thought we are almost reaching the end of the year and I should talk about all the Victoria's Secret body mists that I have with me in just one video. And yeah, that's the thought, and let's get into this video without any more delays. So the first one that I would like to talk about is Velvet Petals Decadent. I know the Decadent line has not came back yet. I'm hoping that it will come back in the sale time again because I really like this line for that fact. I love the packaging on these and they are a little more richer and deeper. So Velvet Petals Decadent is a very fuzzy and a very slightly floral but more of a velvety and a coconutty fragrance. Like it has this coconut in the background which is very fluffy, and then it has this velvety fragrance to it. Like if you're literally in a room that has a lot of velvet fabric in it, that kind of vibe, that fuzzy feel to it. Not exactly a floral, but there is so much more going on in it, and it just feels like a very fuzzy, fluffy, coconutty fabric sort of fragrance, which is beautiful, which is a little grown up. It does not exactly smell like a girly fragrance to me. Slightly sexy and slightly different, so I really like it. I have been reaching out for this quite a lot now, but I'm not like a huge fan of it or going crazy for it, because you know me for that. I only fall for these sweet ones, and it's not sweet at all. There is absolutely no sweetness in it at all. It's just like a fuzzy and fluffy coconutty sort of fragrance, and that's what I smell in it. Also, the longevity on this is not very good. It can give you a maximum of 3 hours and nothing more than that. And moving on to the next one is again another one which I'm reaching out for quite a lot, because I don't know, I just think that I kind of ignored this fragrance initially, and I'm talking about Glittering Iris. It's a very beautiful, fizzy, bright floral fragrance with a very slight bit, like a very slight coconut note in the background, which is kind of adding a bit of smoothness to it, and then it is a little sweet as well. So it's a very beautiful fragrance from that point of view. Like I just feel that it's a very, fresh and fizzy sort of girly fragrance, which is kind of different, kind of, that glittering iris thing is definitely is what I'm feeling in it, and it has a very icy feel to it. That is what is adding that fizziness and that brightness and coldness to it. It's a cold, coconutty, floral, slightly sweet sort of fragrance, and I just feel that this is very beautiful for somebody who is young and going to college, and that person will enjoy it so much and will smell so girly and beautiful and delicate, along with fresh. So that's the vibe it has, and I love the packaging on the this line, that whole glittery packaging. I just love that. Next up, I have Soft and Dreamy, and I have recently talked about these fragrances. Soft and Dreamy is a very sour and floral fragrance with a little bit of sweetness to it. It is soft but dreamy. I'm not sure about that. It comes off as a very sour fragrance to me, and I'm not a huge fan of this one. Fresh and floral, but then soft. It's that kind of fragrance. It is kind of hard to explain, but again, it's not my vibe because I'm not a very floral fragrance lover. But it's nice and fresh, and it's kind of pretty and beautiful for a young girl. For sure, I like it from that point of view, but on my skin, it just, in the air it's smelling so pretty, but on my skin it turns out very sour sort of fragrance, and I don't like that when it contacts my skin. So I think I'm not going to use it. I'll probably put it out on my Instagram handle for the sale. So yeah, just keep an eye on my Instagram stories and the for sale highlight. Next up, I have Amber Romance. This was such a disappointment for me, to be honest. It smells kind of fine in the opening to me. It's again a floral which is kind of warm and sunset kind of feel to it, like watching a sunset on a beach or a seashore sort of a thing. It definitely smells like this color orange, or this warm color for sure, but without being too warm. It's not that deep or rich or warm for that fact. It's just a warm floral sort of fragrance, and I am not a huge fan of this again because it kind of turns out to be like goodnight liquid mosquito repellent to me. On my skin it turns out that way, so I am not at all appreciative of this, to be honest, and I just stay away from this. Again, another one, if it goes well with your skin chemistry and you want to buy it, you can buy it from me on my Instagram page. Moving on to the one that I have used so much and I'm crazily loving it because this is just my vibe and the kind of fresh fragrance that I love, and I have reached this level with this, and I'm talking about Blackberry Fizz. Blackberry Fizz is a very beautiful fizzy fragrance. That smells like a very yummy soda sort of a fragrance, like a berry soda, like berries in a glass that have sugar added to them and then somebody poured soda on top of it, and then this is what they are smelling like. It's a very fresh, fizzy and a sweet drink sort of a fragrance, and I just love it. I just have this thing about fresh fragrances that I love them when they are a little sweet and a little smooth along with being bright. So that's exactly the case in here, and I love this one. Hoping to get this one back in the stock in the sale time because I don't know, this line never came back on the website again. Next up, I have Bare Vanilla Untamed, and again a very beautiful sweet florally vanilla, which is warm and sweet but still a bit floral in the background, has this kind of a booziness in it initially, which kind of settles down to become a very warm and sweet and a fuzzy vanilla. Very, very beautiful for those sweet vanilla fragrance lovers and who want a simple vanilla but with a slight twist to it. Not a very drastic or dramatic twist, to be honest, but just like a slight change to the actual vanilla fragrance. And this one is like super sweet and super beautiful, a little grown up. The other day I was wearing it, my husband just complimented me for smelling kind of sweet and nice. So yes, I really like this one, really enjoy this. Kind of stays for around 3 hours again, not a super long lasting fragrance. Coming down to the original Bare Vanilla, I have a comparison on the 3 Bare Vanillas that I have. I have 3 variants of it. I already have a dedicated video where I have compared the original Bare Vanilla with 2 of the flankers, and I don't know if they come in perfumes. If they do, I would love to have that. Original Bare Vanilla is a very light and like a lighter version of all the other Bare Vanillas that I have. It's more like a sugary, light and a little fluffy sort of vanilla, which is kind of fuzzy and not super warm like the Decadent one or the Untamed one. They have this brown sugar quality to it. On the other hand, this has this light white sugar quality to it. So this is more like an all season vanilla for me, and this is like a perfect sweet vanilla, the perfect kind of sweetness in it that I would like to put on in the summertime. So that's the kind of vibe it has, and I really like this fuzzy, slightly sweet, slightly light and a slightly floral sort of vanilla in here, which is not dominantly floral, but floraliness is just kind of adding a bit of lightness to it and kind of lifting this fragrance a little, and which is amazing and beautiful, and you can't go wrong with this kind of vanilla, trust me on that. If there's just one fragrance from Victoria's Secret that I would suggest you to buy and not look into the direction of anything else at all, then I would say that go for Bare Vanilla. It's hyped for a reason and it deserves all the hype that it has in the market. And I got the Shimmer one because I don't know why, I just got the Shimmer one. Next up, I have Warm and Cozy. The cap on this came loose. One of the stoppers in this is broken, and I am really disappointed that Victoria's Secret is not checking on the packagings before packing them, because there was no chance that this thing from the inside could have broke on the way here because they were packed really well. And Warm and Cozy again is a floral fragrance that has a vanilla note to it with some toasted coconut, passion fruit in it, and I also feel that it has the grapefruit or mandarin orange in the opening, because it has this sweet citrusiness in the opening, which kind of keeps it fresh in the background. Yes, it very prominently has this, orangey note to it in the opening, and then it sits into a warm, slightly warm, nothing like a deep warm fragrance, just a slightly warm and a slightly soft kind of fragrance, which is great for going to bed, especially in the summertime. It can be your beautiful nighttime fragrance, or make out, or love making kind of fragrance, because this will just make you smell perfectly fine for the intimate times without choking the other person out. So it's great for that. But you know expectation was something else, but it just turned out to be a little light and bright for my liking, which I do not mind. But I'm not reaching out for this that much, to be honest, because I am a bare vanilla lover for sure from the entire line, and super sweet fragrances is my vibe. And the last one that I would like to talk about is bare vanilla decadent, which is my most favorite kind of bare vanilla. I hope they bring it back and keep it in stock always. It's a very, very deep, dark, and it's a very, very deeper and sweeter take on the original bare vanilla. It's like brown sugar with a bit of woodiness to it, which is kind of adding a depth to it, and has this very sweet oud, which is so beautiful. For some reason, the oud is not mentioned in it, but the mix of amber and oud and that sweet woodiness in it is kind of making it so, so deep and rich and beautiful. A beautiful fragrance for the winter times, and that oud is not making it smell traditional or Arabic or anything like that at all. This is so amazing, guys. I just love this one, and I reach out for this one so much whenever I luckily get a cold day in this area. So I always reach out for this, and I love the packaging on this. All the glitter on it is just so beautiful. Also, this is very long lasting on me. I mean, compared to other Victoria's Secret fragrances, it kind of stays for 5 to 6 hours in me, which is amazing for a body mist from Victoria's Secret. And that's it, guys. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked and enjoyed it. And if you're still here watching me and liking me, don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep looking beautiful, keep smelling good, and have a great day all. Bye bye. Mwah.